Alrighty, this is a video review I've also been looking forward to getting. I knew this was on the way. It's quite awesome. This is the Night Morpher KM-03, Cyber Engine Night Morpher KM-03 CYCLOPS. And if you're familiar with the Hearts of Steel series, they've already done the Optimus Prime. They've got Starscream, Skywarp, and Thundercracker in the works. But this is our good buddy Shockwave. And one, it's huge. I mean, like here, this thing is it's heavy, it's giant, it's massive, it's really neat. Like for example, like just to compare, like here's his boat mode with breakdown. It's very long, very heavy, very cool. It comes in like a very long box. He comes packaged in boat mode. There's some art there with the top of his robot, and then it folds around the corner. You can see his legs in the boat mode over here, and then on the top side, there's like some technical drawings. So, very neat. Now, it does, when you get it, this is detached and pulled back because this piece folds down. It's folded down with the smokestack like that. Sliding this forward causes the smokestack to fling up. So, to actually get him completed into boat mode when you first get him, you need to slide this forward. There we go. And peg it in. There's a couple little slots right here. Just peg it in like that. And that completes the boat mode. You want the little smokestack there. Old Ironside design. This was back of Transformers Awakened in like the 1800s, late 1800s, and had all these forms. Like Optimus Prime was a steam train and things like that. But yeah, all in all, very neat. There's a little panel here on the side that you can open up, and he's got an anchor. Like a big. This is supposed to plug in there, and I forgot to plug it in when I transformed it back. But it's a nice heavy steel chain with an anchor at the end. This can be wielded as a hand weapon, a melee weapon in robot mode. This will attach to his back, and the chain represents the hose in his robot mode. But we'll see how that works. This doesn't need to stay in for transfer. There's a little plug in here that'll plug in. It doesn't need to stay in for transformation, so we'll go ahead and take that out. But it is right here in this little alcove here on the arm. Now, one of the little secrets that we only just found out about when these got shipped is underneath here. There's some opening little bays here, and you want to start right here. Kind of split these things. You want to get them started, but once you get them split a little bit, you want to put the pressure right down here to split these doors because they're attached by a hinge right here, which is pinned in. So if you try to pry it open up here, you could end up snapping the doors off, and you don't want to do that. So be very careful prying that open. But then this bay comes down, and he can launch a little mini sub. That mini sub came apart. There we go. We'll go ahead and close these back up. You want to close that first because there's a tab there, and close that up over it. And the mini sub pops out, and it's folded up for storage. You just pull these propellers back, and then they peg into each other like this. And then you've got this little mini sub guy. And again, his panel. There we go. Just this little purple mini sub. We're going to look at him for a minute. Little mini sub. Because this guy, you unpeg this, and you see there's a little peg right here. You peg these up onto the side of the leg. And then you do actually want to come up here and open up these panels. And then you want to unpeg them from down here as well. Now these panels are attached, like you can see right there, they're attached to a little ball joint up here. They do like to pop off, but that's okay. But you want to bring them up, take this whole panel, and flip it back like this, and then fold it up like this. Now the instructions say to have it so these wings are going to fold up toward the top. I think it looks better if you fold it up so the purple is all up here on the top part of it. That popped off again. But yeah. And then you come down here and you see there's a little head. You take this arm, you take the little smokestack there and rotate it out. And take this, extend the arm right here, rotate it so you can see his fist. And then you take this piece right here, rotate it, and you split it right here. Split them apart, rotate this piece out and down, and then rotate it right here at this thigh swivel. Don't get stuck. Like I said, there's very tiny ball joints. The construction on him is, since he's so tiny, it's easy to pop them apart. But there, take it like that. Do the same thing over here. Flip this down until it snaps into place. Rotate it around. Take this little piece right here, and you want to, come on, there we go, flip it up and rotate it down. Again, if you do it the wrong way, like I just did, it likes to pop off. Again, rotate up, or rotate it down as well. Down, flip it up to form the foot. Flip down his little armor flaps here. Oh, someone's got my eye. And you come around back when you lower this piece down to his lower back, and then these fold up like this around there to form his backpack. And then you've got a little mini Shockwave. And he's quite cool. If I can hold on to him. But you can see he's a little version of, oh, there we go, little version of Cyclops, all purple with some gray, and just really neat. Lots of, his shoulders are a little limited just due to the transformation, but he's got a bicep swivel, he's got double hinge double on this side with his laser gun, he's got a hinge double here and a bicep swivel, he's got ball jointed hips, a thigh swivel, he's got knee joints, and he's got a ball jointed foot. This one's a little looser than this one, but still pretty tight. But he's got his own little. There you go. So you got your own little Cyclops buddy to hang out with him. That's kind of cool. Now, that aside, like I said, this guy's awesome. This guy, it's almost totally worth getting him for just for this little guy. He's cool. But anyway, on to the big guy himself. And this is really where there's some finicky parts, but man, the engineering on this is amazing. So, to start off, here he is in boat mode. And what you want to do first is rotate these paddle wheels down. And that gives you the leverage to come up here, and you want to start kind of get your finger right here and start popping these panels up. Now it's pegged on here. There's a little peg under here, and it's pegged on in the back here. So you just want to kind of massage them up and out. This back one's a little harder than the front one just because of the way the insides are built. And if you split the leg back here about a little bit right there. But see, there's a tab, there's a tab, there's a tab. And bring that whole panel down. And do the same thing over here. If you want to rotate that. There you go. Just kind of unpeg it from that. And you just want to, for right now, you just want to bring this whole assembly down like this. And then take it, if you're looking at the top of the boat, flip it up to the side like this. That just gets it out of the way. It's going to come down here. And you take the back half of the boat and you bring it down. And then you swing out this whole piece. This whole piece kind of swings out and spins like this. And this feels a little loose. And this joint right here especially is a little hard to snap in. But I've heard directly from Mastermind Creations that they actually went with a different type of joint and a different material for these joints here in the waist, specifically so it wouldn't break. So it feels like you've got like 4 hinge joints all loose right at the moment, so it feels floppy, but it actually is fine. All the joints are in there quite well. It's just you've got 4 hinge joints that are all moving together at the same time. But anyway, so you rotate this around, and what you want to do is this little piece right here is going to snap. You can see there's a couple clips up here. Snap right up into there like that. And it takes a little bit of force, but not a lot. You hear it kind of softly click into place up here. Now, this piece, here's where it gets tricky, because you'll see there's a couple of very small hooks on either side of this. And I think these are what people are saying are breaking on theirs. Because what you want to do is you bring this down, and you put it in like this, and you want to line these clips up. There's little slots here in the back of the torso. Let's see if I can't focus this. And you want to make sure those line up. So when you push you take this, and then this piece is going to lock in. You can see there's a couple little tabs here in the front that slide into grooves on the side of this. So you want to line everything up like that. I'm sorry, I'm getting right up in the thing. And slide everything back into place so it locks the entire torso in. Now, it's possible to slide this back without catching these hooks, and then the whole torso is floppy. But if you get both of those hooks in and lock this into place, the torso attaches to the waist very sturdily. And once you've got that done, you come down here, you want to split the leg piece. You want to flip these paddle wheels back up to their original position. And here on the legs, you come right here, you lift up this panel right here on the front, lift up this, and slide it up like that. Rotate that piece. This whole section comes up and kind of up under this shin guard. Do the same thing over here. Pop this up, pop that up, and then pop this whole piece up, kind of into here, just to get out of the way for a minute. And then right here, you just take this this piece right here, and you can see there's some nice painted details and gears inside of that. And you can fold this back up a little bit just to give the heel room to come out, and then this piece just folds up and pegs right up into here. And then you can rotate the whole foot out, and that can come back down behind it. Again, you want to lift this up enough so that the foot can come all the way up. And then the toe extends. You just pull the toe out like that. And you can get that. You can get this ankle guard behind the toe, and then everything kind of just sits like that. Now the feet have some. You can see there's a rotational joint in the heel, and a little bit of a movement. And again, if you get this up high enough, you can get a lot of movement out of the toe. So he's got a lot of posability there in his feet. And we do the same thing over here. Open up this, flip it up, open it up, flip the foot out, extend the toe, flip this back down, and there you've got his legs done. And now he stands. Right now he's falling backwards a little bit because he's a little top heavy. But anyway, let's come up here to the top. And here's where some tricky stuff can happen. First off, you want to come over to this side. This arm piece, you want to kind of bend this back like this. There's a hinge right here. There's a gear. Rotate it up. And then you detach the arm. Fold this up like that. You can rotate this cannon forward. And then, like I showed you before, you rotate this cannon down. And that extends the arm. And you can rotate it up this way like this. Bend it forward to the bicep. So you've got ankle moves, or not ankle moves, elbow positioning, a bicep swivel. And then here on the end of the cannon, there's a couple little slider pegs on each side. You slide those down, and the Gatling gun comes out. So there is his left arm, his cannon arm, put together. And then over here on this arm, you want to open up these cargo doors on the bottom. Just so they're disconnected. And you come up here, you want to open up this door like this where the anchor came out. And then you take these pieces right here. First off, you want to flip this piece up. And again, there's a couple of tabs here. Peg them right in there. Flip these pieces back and peg them on. And then this piece kind of just sits over it. Then this whole front piece separates right here and hinges back up, just to open up his arm a little bit more. And you want to bring, like I said, you want to bring this door down, open that up. Then you separate this part right here, and that's the forearm. I'm going to bring that down, and at that point you can kind of fold these panels back up underneath if you decide. And then we're not done yet. There's a little L bracket here, and you just want to move just the shoulder arm, not the whole arm, but just this shoulder armor piece. You pull it up like that, and then slide it back. And we'll see if I can get a shot of this L bracket here. Let me see if I can get inside that elbow. If you look inside that elbow, you can kind of see right in here, there is a little L-shaped slot, and you want to move just the shoulder armor up, pull it up, and slide it forward, and that opens up the shoulder a little bit and gives you a little bit more room to pose the forearm here. Also, like you're going to want to repeg these, but you pop these open here, and that lets you access the fist and open it up. Now you can leave these folded up. I generally just so they don't dangle, flip them back down, but that does let you get to the fist, and he's got poseable fingers here as well, and opposable thumb. what separates us from the monkeys. Anyway, he's gonna bring his thumb up. All right, and now we're getting to the tricky fin part. We're almost done here. So back here, you want to lift this up, and you want to rotate it like this. And actually, how it says in the instructions is to lift it up, so you're looking at it like this. Come on now. Let's not be a pain in the butt, background. Okay. And what you want to do here is take this, and you want to rotate this down on these gray hinges enough so that it actually flips up over the piece right there. That's the important step, is to get it so it goes from here. Let's see if we can get some light. Here, bend it down at this, and you kind of want to see how I'm doing this. Swing it around and up and over like that, and then bring it all the way down like this. And then you bring that around, and then once you've done that, you flip this. You have enough room now to flip this piece all the way around like this. And this is where you feel like, oh my god, I'm going to break it, but you won't. Just be careful. Bring this piece all the way around like that. You basically you just collapse it up like that. So now it's all folded up into a little compact thing. And just the same thing here. Just flip this over so it flips over. Just due to the way the joints are, it may require a little finagling, but you're good. And then fold that up. And this whole piece comes down. And then underneath here, you want to reach under here, and here's the head piece. You flip this up from the back of the torso, and you flip it up to here. Rotate it. Flip it back. Flip it down. Rotate his head around like that. And then you take this backpack, and you can see there's a little notch in the back of there behind the head. Let me see if I can get a better look at that. You can see there's a little notch there. The head this actually comes down, and the head plugs into that. And that notch, they lock together. And that holds the head up, locks the head into place. Now you've got his backpack up like that, and you can fold it all the way up against his back. So his back now looks like this. You can kind of see his little jet thrusters there. Go ahead and close these back up. And like I said earlier, you take the chain now, the anchor right here, and like I said, he can hold it in his hands if you want as a kind of swinging chain weapon, but there's a little peg right here on the back of this gray piece. And you take the little peg hole in the front of this and peg this right up onto there. And then once that's done, you take this plug right here and you plug it right into the back of his arm, and now he's got his hose. And then you just pose him however you want, because there he is, he's done. And he's got a lot of neat stuff. He's a little bulky, he's a little top heavy, but again, easily fixed with, there you go. Tilt his legs a little bit, and he's sturdy. Nice and huge. Just a really neat design. Again, he's got some bulk to him. This shoulder up here limits a little bit of mobility, but he's got a lot of really nice details on him. I love the chain gun, how the chain gun comes out of the barrel of the smokestack. I like that they had the steel chain, and it's actually metal, which is really nice. Just a really neat and impressive figure. I don't understand the hate. And you see, I just transformed that in less than 20 minutes. And it does take a while. And you'll get faster at it. Like I said, that's the second time I've transformed him, and I did it like that. Getting him back to boat mode's just the same. You just reverse it, watch what you're doing, he's fine. He's really cool. I wish he had a little bit, I wish his right arm specifically had a little bit more mobility in it. But he feels nice, he feels solid. Some of the panels, like especially back here, the trapdoor panel, the plastic feels a little thin. But at no point did I worry I was going to break something. The one thing that I've heard of breaking are those little hooks as you slide the torso back, and because that's the one thing in the instructions that isn't explicitly shown is those hooks. As long as you know they're there, you're going to be fine. Just make sure it all lines up before you rush to snap it back, and you are all good. And same thing coming out of it. Just be aware that they're there when you're unsnapping it, going back to boat mode, and you're going to be just fine. So yeah, there's Cyclops. Just really neat. I don't have the Night Morpher Optimus to compare him to, unfortunately, but I definitely plan on picking up the Seekers now, because this guy's he's huge and cool. And here he is with his little submarine buddy. Let's see if we can back up a little bit here and get them all in there. And then just as a size comparison, here they are. I wish I'd brought my animated Shockwave, but here he is with the Fall Cybertron Shockwave. And here he is with Voyager Breakdown. Just to give you an idea of size, I know he's not really out in many places yet either. Just for the heck of it, let me dig him out here. Here he is with another purple guy, Donatello. But yeah, big, bulky. He really is a leader class figure. And I mean, just look at him. I mean, he's so neat. I don't know why people are complaining about this guy. I understand, like I said, those tabs, I might have broken them myself had I not read about other people saying, "Oh, I broke them." That's why I took the time to explicitly show you those little hooks on the back of the torso where it slides together. But other than that, and that's the one thing that is not, very detailedly shown in the instructions. Also, how to get his chain back into boat mode, but that's actually not that hard. You just got to figure out how to get the anchor in there. So yeah, really, really neat. I definitely recommend it. Now it's $160, I think, at TFsource, which is the going price for him. It's up to you if it's worth that much. I feel like he's totally worth the price. He's very, very cool. But it really depends on your budget, what you want on your shelf. If this looks cool to you, get him. He's really, really neat. But, price can certainly be a concern, and I get that. And that's just part of the third-party thing. But, yeah, I really like him. I really, really like him. And plus, he's got this guy. And originally I'd heard that this guy was only going to come with the first run of these guys, but apparently that's been redacted. He will come, from what I understand, he is now going to come with all future runs and assortments and restocks of this guy, at least for a while. So I wouldn't wait too long, because who knows if it's going to continue to be the case, but at least the second restock of this figure is going to come with the little mini-sub. And really, the mini-sub is so neat. I love how it just drops out of the boat, and it's just a neat little kind of drone Shockwave figure to get with him. But I'm very impressed. I'm very, very impressed that somebody took that design and made this figure happen. I really can't say anything else about it. By all means, your budget may vary, your preferences may vary. I can totally understand why somebody might not want this look, but I am pleasantly surprised, especially seeing some of the stuff being said earlier today, about his quality. I'm very, very happy with him. He's very neat. So there you go. There is KM-03 Cyclops.